Hey guys, it's Brandon again with Investment Joy. I've got this great idea. It's actually, a recommendation to me that we should have this new feature on the channel, and here it is. Yep, we're going to keep track of how long we can go without another shooting in the trailer park, which, hopefully it'll go a nice long time, but knowing my life, I don't know. I don't know whether I would enjoy a shooting counter or a meth lab counter or a, heroin needle picked up counter. Probably the shooting counter. I don't know. So I am in a place that I do not normally like to be, and it's nothing against the people that live in Columbus, but I don't like being in Franklin County if I can avoid it, and unless I'm doing something really fun. And today isn't one of those days where I'm doing something really fun. I'm buying a bunch of trailers. I don't want to get too political with everybody, but, well, here goes. One of the things that I see complaints on the internet about all the time about Columbus, Ohio is that all the rich real estate developers are pushing out the poor people, and we've got to put a stop to it. And the thing is, me being, somebody actually involved in real estate development and building rentals, I'm at, once the trailer park's done, I'll be at 140 rentals. Now, some of those are commercial, but the vast majority are just places where the people live, 46 trailers plus 90 houses or 90 apartment units. And I've got apartment units that are essentially $250 super small motel sized rooms, and then I've got 6, maybe even 7 bedroom, 3 bath, basement, 2-car garage houses that are just essentially mansions that were built for people back in the 1800s, and I got them super cheap. So I've got some experience building housing stock in Ohio here, and it's one of those things where people get bent out of shape because there's not houses for people to live in. So I'm here going to a trailer park that I found. It's right outside Dublin, Ohio, which is like where the rich people live, and essentially they're being bulldozed. Why are they being bulldozed? Because they built a $1,400 a month luxury apartment complex. If you're in Columbus, you see these things going up all over town. And talking to the guy that owns a trailer park, he said, I understand why they're doing what they're doing, why they're getting the trailer park shut down. No one wants to spend $1,400 a month and look out their back porch and see this. And we'll show you what this is, but it's a trailer park. No one wants to see a trailer park and they spend $1,400 a month. But what people also don't want to talk about is the fact that, poor people need a place to live, and it's the politicians and a lot of the rich people in Columbus that get on and complain and say, hey, we need more affordable housing in our area. There's just not enough housing for poor people. And the thing is, they're the ones that caused the problem in the first place by setting up all these crazy zoning laws and building codes and all this stuff. Like, there's one municipality right now in Columbus, Gahanna specifically, that they will come in and you have to pay. It's like $150 for them to come in and count the screws in your drywall. $150 to count drywall screws. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it raises the cost of what it takes to have a place, to build new houses, to own rentals. And big surprise, if you have to spend $150 on one freaking inspection for your place, it doesn't make sense to have cheap properties. It makes a lot more sense to have higher end stuff. Higher end stuff is less headaches on the management side. It's less headaches on the inspection side. If you're spending $200 a month to comply with what the government wants, and you have a $500 a month rental, it doesn't make sense to raise it to $700. It makes sense to do something that brings in $1,400 a month, like this luxury apartment complex. So I'll show you here in a second, we're gonna flip the camera around and you can see where I'm headed. All right, so here we are. We're like right on the edge of what used to be a kind of iffy area, and we've got a luxury developer. Now, once again, I have nothing against luxury developers. They're fine. But see, right up here, I don't know if you can see it. Well, yeah, it's on the right side of the screen. But they've got this nice gateway, and they're doing all this cool stuff. Okay, so this is the big luxury apartment complex on the right. And I'm driving down the road, and right behind this is the trailer park, the second trailer park I'm buying. I'm not buying the ground, I'm just buying all the trailers, or most of the trailers at least. And I'm having them shipped to my trailer park. It's about 25, 30 miles south of here, because the trailers are in real good shape. It's just that people in $1,400 a month trailers or apartment complexes don't want $500 trailers. So I'm pulling into this trailer park to meet with the owner and going to ink the deal or sign the purchase contract to buy all these trailers off the guy. I've got a company that's going to come in, haul them all to my trailer park, level them, set them up, and I will have a whole lot of nothing. Essentially, I'm going to pay to have them moved. And, like the way we're negotiating it, I'm going to be paying like maybe $500 per trailer. So here's the trailer park. Take a real quick drive around. So right behind us are $1,400 a month apartment complexes. And here's this trailer park. And it looks depressing now. I can't imagine it was a year ago. But they've had to essentially go through and evict everybody. So it is zombie town here. People moving out every single day. I talked to the owner and he said, yeah, we're having 2 or 3 evictions a day in this trailer park, which just blows my mind. And I feel terrible for these people here. Everybody's having to move. But it's because of your average Karen in Columbus that complains about not enough affordable housing, there's not enough opportunity. The same people that are complaining about no housing for the poor people are the exact same people that fought city council and elected the people that start this mess. So they're bulldozing this trailer park, essentially to make way for more luxury apartments. Everybody wants to blame the developers for doing what makes them money, but they don't want to ever sit back and think, there are laws that were passed, there were politicians that were installed that set up this stuff years ago. And this is just the natural progression for all these people in these trailers to get evicted because the people in the luxury apartment complex, and we're turning a quarter here, and it's a great representation. There's the luxury apartment complex right there, and here's all these trailers. And I don't blame the people spending all that money not wanting to look out their back balcony and see a bunch of trashy trailers or trailers at all. But this is kind of what happens in an area where you get politicians and people together that have no concept of business and what it takes to do housing, and they're in control. Do you think the people in the trailer park have control, or the guy that owns the trailer park has control of the city? No. Does your average soccer mom named Karen that complains to the manager at the local Wendy's when they forgot to put an onion or put an onion on their sandwich and it wasn't supposed to be on there, you think they have the power? Yeah, they're the ones that have the power, not the dirt poor people. And I'm not saying the dirt poor people should be in charge of everything too, but it's what happens. All these people are getting evicted. And yours truly is going to make a bunch of money off these people getting evicted, because once again, I'm going to pack the trailers up, going to move it to south of town, going to set them back up, going to put some rehab in them. And the trailers are nice. They look, they're not great on the outside, but they're not terrible either. And they're going to be good housing. They're going to be better than the house I grew up in. A heck of a lot better. So I'm going to show you guys the inside of some of these videos, or going to show you the inside of some of these trailers so you can see the condition even before we start rehabbing them and transporting to my trailer park. All right, this is one of the 1 bedrooms, or no, this is 2. Okay, yeah, it's just I forgot it's a kind of small bedroom. All right. So you're saying the steps are gone because they stole they sold off their mom's wheelchair ramp. Okay, so I get the ramp.
Oh, yeah, so, I mean,
okay.
Steps will definitely.
I mean, the steps will come back. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Get a video of the inside of this one, too. How many of these don't have flooring in them, or the flooring's out of them?
I'm really not sure. A lot of them's got carpet in them.
Okay.
That's probably definitely going to be taken out.
Okay. All right. This one's just a little rougher than the other ones that we looked at last time, so just need to know. This one really doesn't look bad at all.
Yeah, this one's pretty nice.
Someone just ripped the door off, or what? It's like that. Oh, wait, no, there it is. Oh, too bad.
Somebody needs to finish the floor next time, huh?
Yeah. Oh well, I've got a semi-trailer load of carpet.
That's the way to get carpet.
Yeah, we bought a semi and a half worth in North Carolina back in October. All right, cool.
It's kind of odd.
About?
No break in the room.
Yeah.
Looks like it's in good. Yeah, like any of the awnings that are on there.
Okay.
We've got our guys, they're just gonna sit them inside.
Yeah, those are going to be pretty easy. I don't know if you guys can see how neat this area looks. Oh crap, there's barbed wire now. But I was hoping to set the camera up in a position where you could see what it looks like out the window. I guess there's barbed wire fencing back there, and then right up here, hopefully you can see, oh shoot, there's a really nice apartment complex. I guess this is West 5th Avenue. But it's just like, this area is nice. We just got done looking at that trailer park that I'm buying most of the trailers at, having them relocated, and then, you know, I'm trying to talk about the reason there's so many luxury apartments up here in Columbus. People want to blame it on rich people. People want to play on these evil developers. But I guess, you know, for the most part, I'm an evil developer too. And I'm willing to deal with the headaches because, you know, I grew up poor. And try and take care of my family and whatnot, so I'm willing to deal with the headaches. But, you know, people that are in a position in life they don't have to deal with the headaches, well, then they won't. See, there's a big, nice apartment complex right behind those trees. I don't know if you can see them, but wanted to mention that so you guys can kind of see this area where the trailer park is close to. It's an up-and-coming area. There's lots of opportunity, or a lot opportunity for higher-end development than what's been going on. But still, you know, the developer and the people that live there, they're all going to get hatred from people in town because they are, you know, pushing the poor people out and evicting them. So the people that complain tend to be the ones that cause the problem in the first place. I hope that makes sense. So one of the enjoyable things that I do pretty much every time when I come to Columbus is to go to one of the big restaurants up here, because down south we don't really have a whole lot of selection. We've got some really good barbecue joints, but unless you feel like barbecue, that's, in my opinion, that's about all you have. So I decided I'm going to come to probably the best restaurant in all of Columbus, Ohio, freaking Ponderosa. This is the last one, or the second to last one that has not gone under in the state of Ohio. I don't know why all you can eat buffets are not popular, but gosh dang it, I'm eating at Ponderosa to celebrate my success.